Alright, guys, welcome back. We are watching Oshinoko Season 1, Episode 7. Last time, well, it was not a great episode. Things are not going well for Akane. That is for sure. Aqua saved her, I suppose, and I'm just really worried. I'm really concerned. The title of this episode is Buzz. Which worries me even more because it makes me think about like the buzz around the situation. I don't know. I'm scared about how this will continue to unfold for Akane. Um, she did not die, at least, so I mean, that's good, right? That's better than nothing. I don't know. We just gotta get into it, I guess. So we're watching season 1, episode 7. You can line your own copy up with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. God, and of course we have this nice, upbeat opening. But I guess, I mean, hey, I guess that's kind of it kind of fits, doesn't it? Actually, now that I think about it, being an idol, the whole thing about lies, and hey, it's not like the opening. It sounds upbeat, but lyrics maybe less so in a way, right? Like thematically, all that stuff. So hey, maybe it is fitting for the situation we're currently in, huh? Hmm. God, I just need to see Aqua. And I don't know. I have some thoughts about Aqua and him saving her, and like meaning that you could take from that for him. Obviously, of course, like yeah, he doesn't want to let her die. Obviously, right? Like of course he would save her, but I think him doing this is interesting. But I'm just gonna have to see. Like I don't know how it all unravels. I suppose. Okay. Oh God, I don't want to see it again. Please. Ah, man. Like, thank God. Man. Like, what do we do now? Oh. Okay. It sure is, yeah. Man. No kidding. And it's not like it's just gonna stop now, right? No, not really. I don't think you ever get used to it. Yeah, right? I can't imagine. Like, maybe you can come up with coping strategies, but I don't know. Oh. Yeah, right? Children, too, are the focus of it, right? Like, it's awful. Right. And that is that is how they attack you, right? That's like specifically what they say, you know. Man, I would imagine it's probably more than that, honestly. Sure. Right. Yeah. If not even more than that, right? I mean, because Kana herself was just saying, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Indeed. Indeed. Hmm. Right. But I don't know, there's a give and take to it, I feel like. Freedom of expression, right. Right, yeah. No one wants to think of themselves as, yeah, yeah, as someone contributing to that kind of thing, no matter what they're saying. Or they just aren't even thinking about the reality of what they're doing. Sure. Hmm. Aqua calling, I assume? Oh, God. Gotten in trouble with the police? I don't think it's that. No, that's. Oh, girl. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. God. He would know, huh? Shut up. Oh, the other people. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, God. I feel like we need to, like, give her some space. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Sure. Well, I don't know. That I suppose, right? I doubt Akane wants to. Right, that's what I was thinking about with her mom. There's no way Akane wants to give up? Of course not, right? But maybe yeah, and it's like ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I mean, I don't want her to give up. I don't want her to quit, of course, right? I think that would devastate her even more, right? I mean, that's why she was driven to this point in the first place, right? The idea that it was all over, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, right? Like, they knew, right? They would have known that it would lead to this, obviously, but good for the ratings, right? And that's kind of something you can maybe do something about more than random people online. Ooh, oh no. Oh, okay, he told them. I see, I see. Interesting. Okay, okay. Interesting. Oh my god, that person on the bottom. Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, what's the goal in spreading it, right? Hmm. I I don't think it's anything like that, right? Yeah, I guess. It's certainly something pretty crazy for him just to be doing on his own. Right. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, he's viewing, like, other people as, like, playing cards. You know what I mean? Yeah, right? Interesting. I'm sure he has good intentions, but, like, it's pretty crazy. Right. Okay. Right. It's a little bit different than that, but sure. You are indeed. Okay. Are we allowed to do that? That's what is with that? I guess she's all about the clicks, right? Mhm. Ooh, yeah. Right, right. Yeah. Mhm. Interesting. Okay. Sure, then we can win over the right, right. The public opinion, I suppose. She is good at this, huh? That's what she's all about. Mhm. I love how it's always cat pictures on every picture of social media we get. Ooh, a buzz. Okay. Well, no, she has a big channel though, right? Does that really matter? I don't know. Is that really the secret? How long it is? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Okay, okay. Oh, right. He's in a band. Yeah. Aren't you like 18? Ooh. Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, it sure would be. But weren't there no cameras? Yeah. Wasn't that the point? Oh, I see. Of course. God, she's so. No, that doesn't ruin it. Come on. Interesting. Oh, that makes me even more angry, right? Oh, this lighting. Right, right. Yeah. Too late now. Too late now, right? For them. Ooh, right. Sure. Well, no, I mean, you told her to play a villain. You told, I mean, I guess, right? You kind of orchestrated the situation. Hmm. She should just be able to handle it, I guess. Yeah, a pro. Uh, oh, yeah, not even. Yeah, right. It's so unfair, right? Like oh, God, his breath there. Interesting. Chooses not to protect a kid, huh? Makes me think about him and Serena, but I don't know. I know if he feels like he failed her. And his mother, like, protecting him, basically, right? They're all like, he's the editor. Let him figure it out. No, just have it in there somewhere. Oh god, these shots of the bridge, man. But I guess the sun rising on it, people walking across it. I don't know. Huh. He was editing for 48 hours straight. But maybe, I don't know. Very true. Gotta learn that, unfortunately. 100 in the first minute. Jesus Christ. That's a lot, isn't it? No, he was, come on. He was moral support. Ooh, I see. Okay, okay. They'll just stare at the retweet counter. Right. God. I mean, how many people are gonna retweet it before even watching it in the first minute? Right? I guess. I guess. Oh, man. Of course not. Oh, very. You work so hard, right? Put all of yourself into it. Aw. Jesus Christ, that is a lot. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it did pretty good, huh? Ooh, it helped out in other ways too, huh? Yeah. God. 300,000 likes. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at her glasses. Oh, she looks so cool. Yeah, I bet, right? Because there would be some people who like never forget it and always, yeah. Right, of course. No, I completely understand. I have the same feelings. Maybe so. Ooh, right, right. Ooh, Aqua would know, right? Never wants to expose his true self, huh? That's so. It's right, right. Interesting. Hmm. It's not even low key, right? Come on. I I don't know. Does he have a type? Hmm. Oh, I was gonna think of I. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Hmm. Interesting. That very. Oh God. Oh God, don't say that. Oh no. Yeah, I guess it was a long time ago, huh? I mean, it's like a decade ago, right? Interesting. Okay, I guess. Go for it. I mean, hey, if she does it, if she becomes just like I. Ooh, I wonder. Born that way, huh? Interesting. I don't think I would agree with that at all, right? He sure did. Oh, but his intentions, or at least what he claims his intentions are, I don't know. Or the way he thinks about it, I guess. Maybe not his intentions. Are interesting. Hmm. Yeah. God, look at her wall. Okay. Sure. Probably hard to grasp all of this just from like news reports and stuff, though. Like, I don't know, like stories about her, tabloids. Oh, God. So many things. Interesting. But I wonder. Oh, I wonder how much of this is the real I and how much of it is like the lie. You know what I mean? From I's perspective. Hmm. Interesting. Ooh. Right. Yeah. She kind of did, but we don't know anything about it. I don't know. Was it really someone special? I guess it must have been. Oh. People keep saying things like that, huh? Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Views her as a rival. Interesting. I suppose. That's an interesting way to think about it, though. Hmm. Because normally she's so much about like her own work and it being her own responsibility to succeed, you know? Ooh. I see. Wow. Okay. I don't apologize. You have nothing to apologize for, but I get it. Everyone claps. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this indeed. Gotta play your role, right? Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, huh? She's that good at it? Aqua really sees it in her, huh? Oh, no. How is he gonna react to that, huh? Oh, God. I don't know. I really don't know. Interesting. Okay. She really is quite the actress, huh? Okay, okay. God. I don't know, lots of like little character things in this episode, I feel like. Just like Aqua's attitude about Akane and like what, like the he wanted to help her, right? But I guess the question is why? Right? Which like obviously, right, that's a weird question to ask, I suppose, when he has the outcome is good and it's he on the surface seems to have good intentions, of course, right? But it's like why? That really is the question, I guess. And like his attitude about it, like what Miyako said about how he's reality isn't a game of poker, right? But that's kind of how he's viewing it, right? It feels like this whole Akane stuff. It's like he doesn't want something like what happened to I to happen again. Obviously this would be a different situation, but of course, right? It's like he just has a grudge with the entire entertainment industry, right? Rather than specifically their father, or specifically, what led to Ai's murder, right? Which makes sense. Hmm. And then just, I don't know, some stuff I'm just not. Some stuff that I feel like relates to like his previous life and his stuff with Shurina, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we'll talk about the episode in the discussion. Okay, let's talk about the episode. Man, I just my feelings about all of this are so like I conflicted because I guess I'm happy that it all kind of worked out for Akane in a way, right? I just wish none of it would have happened in the first place, right? Obviously, but that's, I mean, just not how life works, right? Just not how life works. What Aqua said in this episode about how it's like the director's fault, like a large part of it. Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't even like think about that at all in the last episode, but yeah, for sure, right? Especially knowing that they had the footage of Akane and Yuki making up afterwards, right? Like, I know it's actually crazy, right? I think they were more to blame than the people who said things online about Akane, because I guess like it or not, and whether or not it's like an excuse for their behavior, which it isn't, right? Definitely isn't. Most people who say like horrible, terrible things online like that, like they're just literally not thinking, right? They like people just don't understand the impact that will have on on the person that they're saying it about, right? Like 99% of people who say things like that online would not say that kind of thing, like to Akane's face, right? And I don't think it's because they're like a coward or something. It's like this, it's like being online, social media creates like this social like callousness that doesn't exist in real life. Just because it's like, I guess it's like how our brains work, right? Like, so there's so much more to communication than just typing a message and out into the sea of the internet and seeing no like immediate response or anything, not understanding how it makes another person feel. Where if you're having like a conversation with someone, you have to think about those things like actively, because it's there's a lot more to communication and conversation than just the things that you literally say or communicate to them, right? So and that isn't there with social media. That's why people can be so terrible and callous and awful, right? So, I mean, the fact that the directors did all of this basically just to boost the show's ratings and, make Akane the villain, they knew it would create this big buzz, all of this, right? Yeah, I pisses me off so much. Pisses off Aqua too, of course. And I think I definitely imagine he sees like a large part of why he cares so much about the situation. Not just not that he shouldn't, right? Obviously, right? Like him caring about Akane not dying is a good thing, right? And I think you can kind of say that that's a large part of why he's doing this, right? But also, it definitely reminds him of like what happened to Ai, right? Like obviously Ai's situation was very different, but it was still in a way, she's in the entertainment industry, all of this. She gets murdered, especially there's big stories made about it, all this stuff, right? It definitely reminds him of that situation. He doesn't want Akane. He doesn't want the same thing to happen to her, to basically die for the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. So let's keep going here. He shows up to save her because Mim, uh, yeah, it's kind of a collaborative effort from all of them. I guess they knew where she lived, and because they all live in Tokyo, right? She knew where she lived, and she was running around looking for her. And Aqua figured out where she went. Oh, it just feels so bad for her. Oh my god. Oh my god, I feel so bad for her. The police show up to arrest Aqua. How terrible, huh? And Kana gives us some insight onto this whole being roasted thing online, which Kana herself obviously has experience with it. We saw like some people saying some mean, terrible things about her online before in some previous episodes. Obviously, that's just kind of like a lingering, like just like hate base that she has, right? It's not like which like every popular entertainer of any kind is going to have, right? Of course, there's going to be people saying mean things about you. Obviously, this situation with Akane is very different. It's very like acute situation with this giant torrent wave of people saying horrible things, right? Which is different than like Akane googling her name, and I mean, sorry, different than Kana googling her name and just finding some people being mean on 4chan about her, right? But no, she has insight into it, right? She does understand. Isn't this the kind of thing you get used to once you become a public figure? I just can't imagine it, right? Kana says to some degree you do, but I feel like you just have to come up with like weird coping strategies. I feel like in reality, there's no way you can really get used to it, right? Because I just feel like it like hijacks this like part of your brain where you're so wired to like seek like social affirmation and people acting like this about you. I just feel like no matter what, it's just gonna destroy you. you know? I don't know. You can definitely, I guess there's definitely ways to cope with it better, right? To handle it, as she says, I guess, right? But I don't know how anyone could ever truly like get used to it. I can't imagine. Even for me, depending on how I'm doing mentally, some days I really feel like ending it all. Yeah, I mean, not surprised, right? They're all a bunch of teenagers, right? That's like the worst thing too, because that's the time. Like being a teenager is when most people are like pretty not self secure. They're pretty insecure in themselves, and they have all these. You're growing up, right? You have all these problems with your self esteem and all this stuff. That's when those problems like really happen. So the fact that it happens now, right? It's so oh, yeah, I just can't even imagine, right? I feel like almost no one would be able to handle that kind of thing. I feel like that alone has to be a large part of something that makes people not want to pursue a career in the entertainment industry in the first place, right? Is just being under so much scrutiny under the public eye like that, right? Yeah, let alone as a teenager. Lacking any tolerance for it suddenly gets exposed to a barrage of abuse for the first time. Yeah. And I'm sure it's so Oh, and I bet it's so different for this kind of show too, because I bet it's very different than the kind of like shows that Akane's done before, right? She's an actress. She's like a theater actress, right? That's a very different environment, very different fan base than the kind of like top potentially toxic people I imagine being fans of this kind of like reality dating show. Yeah, yeah. Enough to convince you your whole life is over. And that's what like they target, right? Like we saw those comments towards Akane in the last episode. They were all stuff like, oh yeah, your life is over forever. You're never gonna act in anything ever again. It's over for you, right? That's because they know that's gonna like hurt the most. That's the goal, right? Yeah, right? It's insane. It's crazy, right? I don't understand how people do that. And I mean, again, it's like cognitive dissonance. It's just this that people are willing to say things like that online, and there's no way all the people who say things like that online are just like evil, terrible, awful people, right? It's just this dissonance between the person that they are and the way they act in real life versus the thing that they type on a keyboard online. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Because I bet everyone has left mean comments on things before, right? Especially when you were like younger. Because I bet it was a bunch of young people as well who leave comments like that. I'm sure, right? And it's just because of like that barrier, the social barrier between you and the other person when it's online. Like, oh God. The reality dating shows are popular all around the world. Around 50 people from such shows have taken their lives over the years. I would be so shocked if it's not more than that, right? So shocked if it's not more than that. Like I mean, maybe. I guess we'll trust her statistic, but I wonder how they even attribute the suicides to specifically being from the show. I don't know. But what Kana says, yeah, but it'd have to be at least 10 times more. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 100 times more people who have felt like that and have, yeah, narrowly avoided that same fate. Because Kana was just saying that. Kana was just saying that she has felt like that. I bet Kana is the type of person who would never let herself do something like that, honestly, right? She doesn't seem like that. She's really steeled herself against it, it feels like. But so I wonder if she would count herself in that, or at least that's how she would view herself, right? I don't know. Anyone can be brought to that point, unfortunately, right? But so I guess I just wonder if she's counting herself in that statistic. I feel like it has to be even much more broader than she's saying here. Because 99% of people, there's no way you can deal with the level of public scrutiny that you have to deal with being on this kind of thing. Especially with a reality show. Yeah, it's so different than anything Akane's dealt with before, right? Yeah. I love this shot, how we have the shadow on Ruby. Because she's talking about lies being something to protect yourself with. Just because we know that Ruby is so against lies, right? We know that Ruby is someone who, yeah, she doesn't want to lie at all. She wants no lies involved, right? And I just wonder, what does she think about that now? About it's such a harsh way to face, I don't know, the future, not lying at all, bearing yourself entirely, you know? Is she able to do that? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if this event will change her perspective at all on all of that, you know? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? It's not as bad if you're playing a character to some degree, right? But the more you put the real you out there, the greater the toll it takes, right? Every time they say things like this, and obviously so much of it applies to Aqua himself, right? Like, I mean, Mim literally calls him out directly and is like, "Yeah, you're playing a character right now, buddy," and he doesn't deny it at all. Um, I just think that's interesting, right? How it's so obvious that the show is specifically pointing that out, that what Aqua is doing is, yeah, he's protecting himself by playing this character, you know. So I wonder if that is there someone who exists who can lower that barrier somewhat? Will that ever happen? Will we what even is the real Aqua? I don't know, right? Someone who wants to enjoy his life in some way, right? That's what he's afraid of, is like enjoying his life in any way at all, right? Like he doesn't think he deserves it. He thinks, it's all those thoughts that come from him both being like resurrected and the fact that he blames himself for Ai's death in some way. Of course he does, right? Reality shows are entertainment. They provide entertainment by showing the challenges and competition in daily life for specific situations. This article is written by ChatGPT. I mean, clearly it wasn't, but come on. I don't need to know what a reality TV show is. Let me read these. In the name of justice and freedom of expression, fucking ridiculous, ridiculous justifications. Like, yeah, right. Someone is getting excessively dogpiled on and bullied almost every single day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone thinks they're an exception as they fiercely drive people into a corner. Yeah, no one wants to think of themselves as someone bad. No one wants to think of themselves as someone doing like evil, terrible, awful things, right? Of course not, you know? The filth they spew without thought can kill people. Especially if like the bigger the person is, you know? Like I just it's a situation, it's a scenario that people have seen millions of times all over the place on the internet, you know? Like people just don't think about it. People just don't think about it, I guess. They just don't think about the person, you know? They really don't. Being careful doesn't do any good. They say nobody's perfect, right? Everyone has their fair share of flaws. Her attitude about it is so interesting, you know. I guess this is kind of the coping strategy she uses to deal with any hate she gets online, right? She just says, "Yeah, right. I have flaws. I'm a person just like anyone else, and they can hate on me for it if they want to, right? Maybe that's a good way to view it, honestly, right? Kana's used to it. She's been dealing with it for a long time. Obviously, she has her very fair share of like self-esteem issues relating to all of that, though. So I don't know. I wonder how genuinely she's able to live up to like what she says here and actually view it like that. You know, view how people feel about her, because it definitely gets to her, right? Obviously, she cares so much about her success as an actress in this field and all of that, right? It obviously gets to her a lot. So I don't know. I obviously that's just natural though, right? That's just Of course you're gonna care about that, right? And I don't think it would be a good thing if you make yourself not care about it, right? Like that's the problem. That's the problem, right? It hits that same thing where as a person you're so used to being told that you should be able to, you should be able to take criticism, you should be able to handle it, right? You should be able to, change if people view that you're doing something wrong. And that was even Akane's like goal, right? She looked at all of the criticism and tried to really like take it in, you know. And what did that lead her to, you know? And that's just the problem. Is it's that same part of your head where you think that you actually need to seriously listen to what all these losers online are saying about you, you know. There's always something about them that can give rise to criticism. That's very true. That is very true. Aqua has gotten into trouble with the police. I'm not quite like that. God, this scene makes me so sad. Oh my god, this makes me so sad. Her mother, largely unfamiliar with the internet, didn't want her to watch our show. I'm really worried that Akane's parents, or her mom, I guess we haven't seen her dad, or if he's around. Um, I'm really worried that they're gonna try and make Akane not, like, do this stuff anymore. Right? If this is what it led to. That would really be sad. That would really be sad. Why didn't you talk to me about it? 'Cause I didn't want to worry you. Jesus, girl. Oh, God. Makes me so sad. Because that's so, like, realistic, right? That's the kind of person Akane is, right? That's what we've seen so many times from her, right? That's how she feels about, like, everyone. Ah, God. Aqua did indeed do well. Even if he won't, like, admit it. People die easily. He would know as a doctor what happened to I, right? Himself, right? Yeah, of course he would know, right? Someone cries out for help. If you don't act immediately, it would already be too late. Yeah. Yeah. God, I also imagine he thinks of Serena every time he says something like that about people dying easily. And there's another line later that makes me think about his relationship with Serena and all of that and what happened to her dying. I feel like that's kind of like the I mean, that's the core of everything in a way for him as a character, right? Like his relationship with Serena and what happened to her, and all of that was what made him be interested in idols in the first place and become a fan of I and everything, right? So I think even though what happened to I is obviously the more horrible, traumatic, shocking thing, right? I feel like just Serena's death and his feelings about all of that are like the real core that kind of makes him who he is in a way, you know? I don't know. I guess it's just a combination of both, probably, right? Oh, God. Yuki slaps her. I don't know if you should do that, but I get it. She feels so. Oh, God. Yeah. God, because imagine if Akane. Oh, Jesus Christ, right? I'm not one who wants to blame suicidal people for being suicidal, but I just imagine if she actually had died, right? How, oh, I just can't even imagine, right? How like Yuki would have felt, how everyone would have felt. It just would have been horrible, you know. Oh God, can always talk to me. It's just not that simple though. It's just not that simple. Just isn't that simple. I mean, obviously Yuki's like 15, right? Like, this is a horrible, traumatic thing for her to deal with. I just can't imagine how much it would have ruined her life and like like what thoughts would have gone through her head if Akane had actually, Oh God. Anyway, Aqua brings up, yeah, what does Akane want to do? You can quit. You can exit the show. You can give up. You can quit, right? Which, in a way, would be kind of like admitting defeat, right? It would be giving up. Maybe this is the time to do that when all of this has happened, right? Like I wouldn't blame her at all if she did want to. But I also think like, oh, it's so conflicting, right? Because again, it just gives us such a taste, gives us such an idea of the fact that yeah, the entertainment industry, all of this is what it's really like, right? At least I feel like that's how Aqua kind of views it, right? This is the reality of it, right? It sucks, and everyone's gonna be terrible, and you're gonna want to kill yourself, right? Um, and Akane's really been given a taste of that in a way, I suppose, right? And I guess Ruby kind of views it the opposite way. Ruby does not have that negative of a view of it, right? I'm just saying this through Aqua's perspective, right? So I wouldn't blame Akane for giving up, right? I wouldn't blame her at all. I wonder if Aqua would have wanted her to. I don't know. I don't know, right? He doesn't protest at all. He views it as her decision completely, right? But yeah, it would have been kind of like her admitting defeat in a way. Not that like this is something that she should. This shouldn't be something you have to deal with. Being an actress, being in the entertainment industry at all, right? Obviously, it's ridiculous that this is part of it, right? But I guess it just is. That's the reality of it, right? And she has to be able to face it, I suppose. Not that it's her fault. But it's never going to change. I don't know how it would ever change unless social media disappears. Ah, yeah. So she could quit even though she's under contract, of course. Yeah. She's the right time to call it quits on your own. But she doesn't want to give up. Of course she doesn't want to give up, right? I worked so hard all this time to become a more famous actress and keep performing. Because what would it mean to give up now, right? Yeah, right? I totally get it. I totally get it, right? It's just so conflicting because it's just, again, it's like, it's not like this will be the last time this happens. It'll follow you. There'll be more stuff in the future, right? It's so crazy, thinking about it like that, how the entertainment industry exists to entertain these very people who act like this, right? These very people who were saying those kinds of things about Akane and were acting like that, like again, I guess that's just the minority, right? You really shouldn't view it. You shouldn't view it like that, right? Because it's like Mim said, it's just the minority, right? It's just the head on the Easter Island statue. Even though it's not, I don't think there's whole bodies down there. But right, that's how it is, right? So you shouldn't view it like that, but still. Ah, Everyone's helped me so much along the way. Now things turned out like this. Oh, it's so sad hearing her say that. It's like every line that she says is so steeped in this, like, yeah, and her feeling she has this responsibility because people have helped her and all of this, you know? Yeah, yeah. I'll stick with it. Okay. Time to stick with it, I suppose. We gotta do our best. Then we can all work together and see the show through to the end, no matter what people say. The whole situation does make me sick indeed. The production staff who fan the flames, and the netizens who say whatever the hell they please. Yeah, yeah. So Aqua, okay, so this is where Aqua's little plan starts unfurling. So it's really emblematic of how Aqua like views other people and all of this. How I feel like in a way he's kind of doing this for himself. That's kind of what it feels like because he goes to this press room at this police station. The various news outlets have reporters standing by 24/7 to receive the latest developments. I was eagerly waiting a fresh scoop, and Aqua tells him everything that happened, uh, about with Akane and everything, right? Um, and yeah, I mean that is like a crazy thing to do, frankly, right? Without consulting anyone, without not talking to anyone about it at all, just be like, oh, I'm gonna do this now, right? That's like a crazy thing to do. I kind of just agree with Miyake, right? No matter what his intentions are, even though it ends out fine, right? That's the frustrating thing. Even though it ends up fine, and he basically fans the flames in order to blow them in another direction, right? And I get that, I guess, but the fact that he did it all by himself, and it's like what Miyako says, that it's like, he's viewing it like a game of poker. He's viewing all the people as these cards that he's playing, like it's just not it's not a good way to view everything at all, right? It's like I think it shows this distrust that Aqua has in other people. It shows like this it's to me, it's just like he's definitely doing this for himself, basically, right? Like again, it's like I believe he cares about Akane. I believe that he doesn't want Akane to suffer, right? Like he's not, right? Sure, I'm sure that's what he tells himself. That's why he's doing it. But him going out and doing all of this on his own without talking to her, without talking to anyone about it, um, it's just because whatever feelings he feels about this situation and how unfair it is, that anger he feels about it, so related to his feelings about I and all of that, that's what he really wants to, like, fix, right? And he doesn't trust anyone enough to, like, have them be part of it. He doesn't, he doesn't want to risk, right? Like it's so, yeah, it really is selfish in a way, right? And it feels weird to say that just because it ends up fine. Like, sure, right? He edits this video to make it all fine, all of this, right? Like, and I get that, right? I get that. I just this can't be a good path to take, right? There's no way. And just because it worked out fine this time doesn't mean that in the future it's like a good thing to do. You know what I mean? Like yeah, yeah. The real reality show starts now. Yeah, all these news articles about it. Yeah. God, this fucking person on the bottom. It's the stereotypical, look at me, I'm so sad attempt at getting attention. Like, fuck you. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, Akane's really just a hysterical lunatic. People who want to kill themselves should just do it already. Right. Right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Naturally, some people backed off, but with fresh kindling, the attacks also accelerated. Yeah, which you created, right? It's gotten more attention, but things aren't any better or worse. I don't really think this is a good way to counter the storm of criticism. Well, this is just part of the plan, right? You're gonna take responsibility for making it such a big story. I don't see it as a bad bet. Were you making a bet that no one else got any say in? A bet on Akane's, like, future, basically, right? Like, the amount of attention it gets is like the number of chips thrown on the table. If we fold too quickly, Akane will come out battered and bruised without having put up a fight. You can't win in poker if you don't raise. So long as I have a single ace, I'll play my hand, right? Like it's such like this weird way to view other people and view the situation, right? Yeah, like I guess it just shows how Aqua like views his life and everything. How he just doesn't, ever since he died and then ever since I died, he just hasn't viewed his life in reality in like the same way he ever did before, right? He entirely views it through this lens of, yeah, I guess kind of like a game of poker in a way, right? His revenge play, all of this. Um, yeah, yeah. So goes the Mim, asks her for yeah all these photos and videos and everything. She gets into the fold here of the plan basically. She figures it out pretty quick though. Yeah, I like her devil wings and tail when she's in like social media mode. You know. At first glance, the bullying of Akane stands out, but that's just the surface level. Yeah, there's all the people underneath, right? Who we can convince all of them, right? We can, yeah, yeah. Makes them more readily believe that to be the righteous position. Sure, sure. And people want to believe that, I think. I think most people want to believe there's like an empathetic side to all of this underneath, right? Obviously, I mean, the average person wouldn't blame someone for trying to commit suicide, right? Like, obviously. Plus, we can upload the video we make to the official accounts. I love how every time we get social media, it's always cat pictures, no matter what. It literally is, it's what it always is. Like, amazing. Have a way of getting it in front of people, and depending on the video's quality, we can expect it to make a huge buzz. Roll credits. Give me the file once you're finished. I'll upload it. And Aqua wanted to do that, but no, I guess she's good at it, right? She's good at it. He can provide the music. I forgot his name. Ooh, what's his name again? I don't know. Music guy. Music guy can provide the music. And then Yuki brings up, oh god, it's so funny that she knew the camera was there. I guess it's interesting because I kind of agree that I don't think it actually makes it any less meaningful. I don't think that means she was faking this moment or anything just because she knew the camera was there. I just kind of feel like Yuki is someone who, um, she's kind of able to like act genuine on camera and everything. It's interesting. The way she acts is interesting, right? I feel like it'd be very easy to view her as someone who's kind of like faking all of this, like that, like the opening scene in the last episode, right, with her pretending to quit and all of this. Well, no, it wasn't like fake. It wasn't like acting, really, right? She was just playing up her emotions that really were there, as she said, right? God, she's so good at it. So yeah, the crew have that footage. He goes up to talk to this guy about it. The lighting in this scene is crazy, man. Releasing raw footage is prohibited. There's no way I can give it to you. Right. If it's surfaced, it'd be akin to admitting you painted certain cast members as villains with your directing. Indeed, indeed. Hmm. Creating entertainment in the form of a reality show. Everyone watches the show because they enjoy drama that has a sense of reality to it. We didn't force Akane to do anything, other than the fact that you did, like, tell her to play the villain, and she was asking you guys what she should do. Like, these are all the notes that she took, right? Like, yeah, right? Like, man, it was her own choice, and our staging is just meant to make things easy for viewers to understand, right? She's a pro. She should just be able to deal with it, right? Yeah. Which is just such an unfair way to think about it, you know? I mean, yeah, she's 17. It's this unfair amount of responsibility to put on her shoulders. It really is, right? Pro or not, 17-year-olds are dumb kids who are always making mistakes. Yeah, yeah. What kind of adult chooses to not protect a kid? This is the line that makes me think, because he gives the sigh before this that sounds so like emotional. It just makes me think, like, what is he thinking about with this? Chooses not to protect a kid. It makes me think about him and Serena. Does he feel like he failed Serena? Um, but again, it's like he wasn't. Was he even Serena's doctor? I don't even think so. I don't think he was. Right? He just like hung out in patient rooms, right? Because he was in like, he was like a pregnancy doctor. What's it called again? Obstetrics, something like that, right? Not I don't think he was dealing with brain cancer girl, right? So I don't really think so. I guess that maybe that's a silly way to view it. More so, I wonder if he's thinking about I and like his final moments with I and all of that. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, no. I guess there's no way he can feel like he failed Serena in that way because he wasn't her doctor, really, right? Um, unless I'm misunderstanding that situation, I don't think he was. It's just like on the opening scene of the first episode, he was hanging out in that random patient room, right? He just hung out with Serena all the time. Interesting. Does he? So what is it then? Is it the feeling that it being so unfair that she died, that like reality itself failed her in a way? Maybe, and maybe that's kind of what he's seeing here with Akane too, right? He's trying to prevent that from like happening again, right? It's easier to fight back against the people online than it is against cancer, though, I suppose, right? So he gives us the footage, thank God. And Aqua's editing, and they're all trying to butt in and give him some advice and stuff. You know, he is the editor. Like, come on. God, every editor like looks the same. Like, I can't like what is this? I don't know. It's something. He's on a Mac, isn't he? So I would not be familiar with it. Aw, so beautiful, so great. He's so tired. Oh, maybe, no, I guess he's not on a Mac because this is Mim's PC. So yeah, I wouldn't be probably. I think it's 5,000 retweets at the very least. It gets a lot more than that. Sometimes stuff you put a lot of effort into making just doesn't do very well. Very true, right? So true, especially like posting stuff online. Yeah. No, maybe it is a Mac. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. It kind of looks like it. Like oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. We post it to all fans of Love Now. Us on the cast made a video together. This is Love Now from our perspective. We'd love if you would give the video a watch. Interesting. Oh, and the show was on break for. Oh, I guess yeah. Okay. What's trending? In the stage, Peon. Why is Peon trending? Mashed bodybuilders. He's trending twice. Effects of lightning strikes. FX investing. Right. Who to follow? Bikomachi. Bikomachi new. They made a Twitter account. Big. They're doing big things. It actually goes like ultra insanely ridiculously viral, right? Like it goes crazy. Oh man. Uh Very nice, very nice. The video got 74,000 retweets within the first 24 hours. Jesus. Along with transforming Kurokawa Akane's image, it worked to solidify the popularity of Love Now, which is another little advantage for Aqua, huh? Absolutely. Absolutely. All these losers on 4chan, like, shut up, blah, blah, blah. Sure is a busy time for the sheep. Like, right. Cowards gotta stick with the majority. Right. The storm of online criticism resolved to some degree. I don't say that with finality, because online criticism never truly ceases. Right, it's never gonna go away completely. I love her glasses. I love her fit. It looks great. It's amazing. From here on out, anytime a similar event occurs, some will continue to dredge up this incident even 10 years from now. Absolutely. So Akane's coming back. Yuki says something here that could be misconstrued in the wrong way. Akane does the same thing later. Yeah. Cancel culture. What are you gonna do? From now on, it might be best if you play a character of some sorts. After all, it hurts way more if it's the real you that gets hate. Absolutely, right? Aqua would know. Aqua loves putting on an act, huh? An armor for him, for sure. So, they ask Aqua what kind of girl he is interested in, what his type is, right? And he thinks of I. Of course he thinks of I, right? Again, it's like he thinks of I just because he doesn't allow himself to think of anything else, right? He would never allow himself to he's completely stuck on I, right? And it's not even like a romantic feeling at all. It's just that's all that matters to him. All that he tells himself is he's allowed to care about is I and what happened to I and all of this, right? Like, yeah. Reaction when he says pretty. Right. Her performance is without fault, her speech and behavior assertive. Her eyes draw you in by their very nature. God, I don't know what to think about all this. All the things that he says about I, and then the things that Akane, um, God, and they bring her up specifically, which is like, oh God, it's really got to be, it's got to trigger something within Aqua. I don't know, especially seeing Akane when she's doing such a good job of being like I. She has the eyes and everything. Like, oh God, how is Aqua gonna react? I don't know. Aqua says no one can imitate I. She was born that way, which is a very interesting way for him to think, right? Because I don't think I thinks of it like that at all, right? She viewed it as something she put a ridiculous amount of effort into to act the way that she was, to put on the lie and all of that, right? So That is interesting that he thinks of it that way, right? Then it's impossible to imitate her, that she was just born like that. Especially because Akane kind of proves him wrong right away, you know? Interesting, interesting. God, that's so interesting. Because then I just wonder, how does Aqua view like that idea of lies? Then does he view I as a liar, right? The same way she viewed herself. I don't really think of her as a liar, right? I don't really know if that whole idea of lies, if it's really fair to herself, right? But how does Aqua view her then? I don't know. I don't know. Aqua worked hard to make that video for me, and he came to look for me during that storm. I was so happy. Oh, this. So I get it. I get her wanting to pay him back for all that stuff, right? In a way, right? It just kind of also kind of makes me scared, just because of the way Aqua is, right? I don't think Aqua's a terrible person, of course, not at all. But just the way he acts a lot of the time, it just being in his debt, having that feeling towards him, it just kind of worries me. It just kind of worries me for the future, because Aqua can very easily, you know how he can be. Smile bright as the sun, flawless performance, domineering speech, and assertive eyes that draw you in by nature. I from Bikomachi. Absolutely. So she goes to the library, does a bunch of research, figures all this stuff out about her. I mean, like, endless things that she comes up with. I guess my question is, how much of this, I wonder, is like the lie that I would put on from her perspective? How much of this is like the real I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess it's like what I said, how she can't even tell the truth from the lies anymore, right? Neither can I. No one can, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, she has all of these facts about her that all kind of lead to um that she found someone special, right? Which is interesting. Which is very interesting because she kind of did, right? I mean, she had children, so I wonder what her relationship was like with him, right? With whoever their father is, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I wonder. It's crazy that Akane. I mean, this is the closest anyone's been to being able to find out about her having children, right? Through this research. So, I don't know. I don't know. Aqua and Kana have a little talk here. Man, she should have just retired. But I don't know. This one was a little bit more mean spirited. Kana. I don't know if it was just the phrasing because she just views her as a rival actress. You know. She's a thorn in my side. It's interesting that she views her like that because Kana is normally so. She views it so much as like this personal responsibility thing. She thinks it's entirely up to her and her ability and all of this that decides her own success and everything. So I'm kind of surprised that she thinks of like other actresses in that way. You know. Hmm. Akane Kurokawa of the theater company La 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 is famous for being a gifted performer in the theatrical world. I see. I see. And she does quite a good job. I hate that she apologizes to all of them. I wish she wouldn't, honestly. It's not your fault, girl. Come on. But she puts on her act. She has the eyes. Oh god. Look at her. Crazy. How is Aqua gonna react to that? I can't even imagine. I don't know. Gonna prove him wrong pretty quick that someone can't imitate I. What is that gonna mean for him? I don't know. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out in the next episode. So if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.